Hello and welcome to The Dead Can't Lie, Morkborg Actual Play. We are back once again, and I just want to say, you know, if this is a bit low energy, we were on a hill last night fighting each other and drinking.
There was blood, so the energy may have been expended there. But
I don't know.
To wrap it up if we can.
Right, Nick, who are you playing?
I will be playing Torn, occult herb master.
And James Clark.
I'm playing Catler Chudley, and he's just like a wicked cool guy.
Yeah, he's wretched royalty.
He's wicked cool.
Wicked cool. I mean,
he's like super awesome.
Debatable. Yeah. Well, I was drinking a lovely Guinness last night.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Do you know what colour it was?
Ooh, maybe black?
Yes, correct. Let's do this. Catler and Torn, your mission is almost over. Put to death by Catler's family, the royal Chudley family of Galgenbeck, you, since being resurrected, have set out to kill everyone involved in your politically motivated murder. You have dispatched the executioner, Catler's dad, who's the king, the priest who testified against you, and now one remains. Catler's brother, Cam, the prince. Your previously glorious realm is dying before your eyes as the world slips away, replaced by a screaming red sea called Timefall. But this matters not, my lord. In the face of your mission, you must make them pay before it's too late. Now, you stand outside Bergen Crypt, a huge marble crypt building atop a mountain in western Galgenbeck County. This polished hellhole is where you killed the king and one of the two basilisks who head up the world's new religion. The endless night that befell the world continues, the two of you barely alive with 2 HP between your zombie bodies. Your companion, Steve, a sword imbued with the spirit of your great uncle, clings to your side. Before you, atop this mountain, as a chill wind blows over you, you see the county you used to call home. It's now a featureless wasteland dotted with ruins and dead forests. You see your old home city, Galgenbeck, crumbling and dying. You see a lake of Timefall where your favourite hunting forest used to be. And you see many rivers and green rolling hills replaced by black tar-like streams and cracked ochre ground. The country looks dead. No people, no activity can be seen down below.
Oh. Torn.
Yes, my lord?
I feel like I need to make amends with my body.
Mm-hmm. Okay, how do we do that?
Well,
what do you mean, apologise to it?
No, well, yes, that apologise in the way of perhaps a healing potion.
Ah, I see.
Are you able to administer one? Do you have any on your stock?
I believe I may. Let me just check through here.
Torn, you start rummaging around in your bag. What do you find?
No, my lord, it doesn't seem to be any healing potions here, only the bad ones.
Right, well, I think you know what to do then.
I do indeed, my lord. Let me get out my tools.
Yes, get the fuck on with it. Oh, sorry.
I will.
I get a bit cranky when I almost die again.
No, I know, I feel...
Yeah.
Sure.
You know, I get cranky as well when you failed to use me in the last fight.
Steve.
Don't worry about it. Sorry.
Do you want...
We've been through this, Steve.
Do you want to go down the hole too?
Do I want to go down the hole?
Endless pit.
No, that'll be alright.
Good, well done, Steve.
Right, well, stop being such a sissy.
And remember, there is still one on our list, Steve.
Oh, yeah, we got to go and get, what's his face? Cam, your brother.
Yeah, twat face.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, get making with the potions then, Tom.
Yes. Okay, I don't have to ask me twice.
Sorry, can I try and help procure some of the stuff that he needs to make the potions with?
Absolutely. Give me a presence roll, mate.
16.
Lovely.
Not bad, yeah. So you sort of rummage around in the dirt and find, you know, some old bones, a couple of flattened frogs, a cat's head and things like this, and present them to Torn.
Torn. I think these will be of use. I've seen you use these many a time before, and look what I'm fucking great. I found some.
Splendid, my lord. That's very well received. Thank you.
You're going to get...
cat's head?
You're going to get one extra potion out of this brewing if you succeed. So give me a presence roll to start the brewing process.
17 plus 2, that's 19.
Hello. Right, so give me a D8 roll.
That's a 6.
with the first brewing, you mix some of this stuff together, taking a few shavings off of the cat's head and all of this stuff, and then you've brewed a portion of Fernor's filter. This translucent oil must be dabbed right into the eye, but it heals infection and gives +2 on presence tests for D4 hours.
Nice.
What do you get for your next one?
8.
Then you mix some more ingredients together and brew a portion of black poison. Literally the opposite of what you were trying to do. And Steve, he's like, fuck's sake!
I know, I'm quite good with that one.
Yeah, I know, but go for the healing one.
I'm trying.
Torn, why don't you just fucking concentrate?
Okay, I am. Just allow me to work my magic.
That's a 7.
Yeah, and then the final brewing goes somewhat well, but you get a portion of Hyphos's enervating snuff.
Yes.
You get 2 attacks per round when you snort this fucking stuff up, and it lasts 1 fight, and it does cause sneezing, but that is a mere side effect when you think about how nutty it makes you during a fight.
Any of these healing?
No. I'm afraid not, my lord.
Fuck's sake.
I know. Well, look, I mean, it's not, it's an art. It's not an exact.
More like a fart.
Yes, my lord, I'm sorry I've let you all down.
I'm in pain.
You guys look like you could fall apart any minute. Let's hope a stiff wind doesn't come along or you'll crumble into fucking dust.
I fear our bodies are not long for this world, my lord.
Yeah.
I think our
Me
time is
neither.
nigh.
Shut up, Steve.
Sorry. And then, from the building behind you, you hear a bell toll, followed by a subsurface rumbling in the ground as you suddenly see the whole building behind you get swallowed up and replaced by a huge red demonic sea, whole sections of the mountain falling away to nothing, taking Bergen Crypt with it. Then, the ground cracks as the timefall races towards you quick as a snake.
My lord,
Yes, I see.
Run!
yes.
Nah!
Right, we're going to go into a chase scene. You're going to need to get 3 successes before 3 failures or succumb to the timefall. We'll start with Catler. You start legging it. Give me an agility roll.
I got an 11.
That's not quite good enough, and as you're running away and the ground is falling away, the timefall is licking up against the back of your legs, burning them like hell. Torn, it is going to be your turn. Give me an agility roll.
19 total.
You get the best start you ever have in your life. Swinging off of a nearby dead tree, you get a good boost and get your momentum going. You're outrunning the timefall like a boss.
Here we go, my lord. Oh.
Torn!
Oh, my. Oh.
Buckingham! Wait for me!
Throw me forwards! Catler, it is going to be your turn.
I hate to have to do this now, but this is weighing me down for once. And then I'm going to just empty my pockets of my 215 silver.
Give me an agility roll to see if you can do that quickly enough to make a difference.
15.
Very nice. Yeah, Catler, you jettison some of your equipment into the timefall as you run away from it. And you're getting immense speed at this point. You catch up with Torn and you're now running side by side as you see the mountains falling away behind you.
I never thought that my riches would actually weigh me down. I thought
Fuck's
that
sake.
they made me the man I am. But you know what does?
Right, my
Me.
lord. Good. Keep up, my lord.
Torn, give me an agility roll.
That's an 11.
Torn, you start falling back at this point. Your legs sort of, as you're putting immense pressure on them while running, they sort of bend and crack going backwards the wrong way. And it looks really weird, and they're barely managing to keep you up.
Oh dear, my legs are failing me at the worst possible moment. My lord?
Are they supposed to bend that way?
No.
Shit!
Ah!
Catler, what are you going to do next?
That I want to try and stop the time for advancing and throw some debris at it.
Just give me a strength roll to try and hurl some rocks and feed the timefall.
Full, yeah.
I got 14.
Yeah, you start feeding the fall, and as it's as this Red Sea is sort of concentrating on eating up the rocks you're throwing in, it does slow somewhat. Catler is now outrunning it pretty handsomely.
Ah, yes.
Brilliant work, my lord.
Take a book out of my leaf.
Okay, I will, lord.
I'm going to try and do the same. 17.
Being a sort of bent over tree, you give it a huge shove, sending it spilling into the water. And as the timefall sort of worms its way up it and eats the tree, it does slow a little bit.
Eat
and
that, you fuck. It spoke, my lord.
Yes, I heard that one.
Run! Ah, yes.
Oh yeah!
I got a 15.
You're skidding down a hill at this point, barely able to keep balance. Torn, the timefall is racing towards you just after you push the tree into it. You've got 1 failure and 2 successes so far.
Fucking come on!
I'm on my way.
A 17.
Not bad, that is your 3rd success, and you skid down the same hill that Catler just went down, and sort of skid to a halt next to him.
Here I am, my lord. As
Good.
bellowed.
Yes, well done.
Your dead lungs both stab with pain as you barely make it away from the timefall.
Something clicked
what are you
in
doing,
there, my
Steve?
lord. I don't think it should have.
I was just trying to join in and be your friend.
You don't have
You're
it.
not my friend, we're related.
Alright. Well, don't know what to say to that.
Steve.
It feels like your lungs are filled with knives as you catch what little breath they can still hold. As you come to a stop, looking behind you, you see that Bergen Crypt and the mountain it stood on is completely gone. But the surrounding lands fall away too. In one foul swoop, the Valley of the Unfortunate Dead also concedes to the timefall, splashing into ruin with one hideous motion. Then you hear another similar sound, and turning, you see Galgenbeck. The entire city suffer the same fate. The last thing to descend into the evil water is your old home, Galgenbeck Castle, which was turned into a church to the basilisks. In fact, everything is falling. The last remnants of the world plunging into the depths. The town of Schleswig crumbles away like a wet cake. Allianz suffers the same fate, but then you never liked that place anyway. And before long, there is almost nothing left. Stretching infinitely around you, you stand on a tiny spit of dry land, sharing the space with a single dead tree. And there is nothing except for a red sea and a black sky. Both of you give me a presence roll.
Lord, look at this wasteland.
I've got a 4.
I got a 17.
Much better.
So, Katla, you take a look around your surroundings now, just mainly this infinite sea, and don't really manage to notice much, but Torn, squinting in one of the directions, you think you notice what might looks like a giant dark fortress several miles away in the water.
My lord,
Yes?
I'm afraid to say that our town is gone. But there is but one structure I can spy upon yonder that seems to still be standing.
I care not for my town or anything. All I care is for revenge.
It is all destroyed and worthless.
All I hope is that my brother, the twat, is in that building.
Well, I believe it is a sign, my lord. A
Yes.
sign that our crusade must continue, and in this direction is where our destiny
As
lies.
Torn points out the direction, Katla, can you give me a presence roll, mate?
14.
Thinking about it, you also realise that the place, looking at the direction of it from where you stand, must be Grift. Northeast of Galgenbeck, this was the small town which was gifted to Prince Cam, Katla's brother, by the king. It was his 30th birthday present. Katla, you remember receiving a bag of soot for your 30th.
Ah, yes. I remember this direction well.
Could it be, my
Yes.
lord?
It's-
Is it Grift?
Yes, it is, and it's fucking soot, bag of soot. I can still smell it.
Grift was shit anyway. It was the worst town ever. But nobody went there.
He's such a cunt, my brother.
Trust him to be hanging out in Griff.
Of course he will. He never left there since he had it. But although, the bag of soot, it did make a good few potions, didn't it?
That's right. That's right. We use it well, so more for them, really.
Yes, that's probably why I can still taste it.
Yeah, soot, it tends to sort of linger in the mouth, doesn't it? Yeah.
It's a good binding agent.
Yes, binds to the drugs.
That's right. Well, look, it looks like he resides in Grift, in a evil, wicked-looking tower.
Well, let's go fuck up the cock up then. yes?
Understood.
I mean, there's one minor problem with your plan, is that there is a huge fucking sea separating us that if we touch it, we'll die instantly.
Yes. Well, Steve, well done. Well done. You've passed the test.
Yes, yes, that's right.
Paying attention, were you? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
My lord, might I recommend a boat?
Yes, of course. Hail one.
Boatman?
You start waving at the sea and see nothing.
we're going to be here a while, then I might recount a tale.
Oh, yes, please, my lord. Let me just get comfortable.
You've never been comfortable in your life, so...
No.
Torn, you rest up against this jagged tree, your back a joke of a fucking spine.
Yes.
I cup my both cheeks with my hands, just look up at
My lord, and listen to this tale he will regale.
It was a cold, warm and wet summer's evening morning, and I was with my twat head of a brother. And we were just walking together.
We're going to go into a flashback where you guys are in school, talking about your brother and how notes used to get passed between you. You're 14, Catler, and Torn, you are 13 and a half. It's nearing the summer holidays and you find yourselves at the Galgenbeck School for Gifted Children. Before the apocalypse, of course. The school is a high-class educational facility catering not to gifted children, as you may expect, but children whose parents have a lot of money. Given that you are the king's son, Catler, you attend the school. Torn, you were never actually officially put onto the school's roster, but you kept turning up to be with your best mate, and eventually the teachers got fed up of ejecting you. You sit in a stuffy classroom, the sun beaming its way onto the courtyard outside through the windows, making the room uncomfortably hot. You sit in a class full of bored-looking teenagers trying to make it through a maths lesson without dying from the sheer mundanity. Mrs. Shepherd teaches the class droning on about numbers or something. Her breath smells like cat food for some reason, and you can smell it even from the back of the classroom. Catler, you look over and see Torn, his diseased face covered by a mask. He's carving something into the desk.
What are you carving into the desk?
Suddenly, puberty hits you.
Oh, my lord. Hello.
Oh,
Torn, you are also hit by puberty. I don't want to go with these voices. Like,
Oh, nothing, my lord. Just a little, just my name to say I was here, Just to let people know I've managed to get back in.
Yes, that's quite funny, actually.
Yes, and what's really good is rather than was, it's W-O-Z, you see.
Oh, that's smart.
It's a bit like, I don't even care about spelling.
Could you put and Catler?
Oh, it would be my pleasure, my lord.
Maybe draw something around it like a flower or something pretty.
Perhaps a heart?
Oh, that's quite nice, actually.
It means friendship, hearts.
Yes.
Okay, of
Friends
course.
for life.
That's right.
Torn, give me an agility roll to finish off this carving of yours into the table, and let's see how well it goes.
That's a crit with a +2, so that's 22 in total.
You carve the most intricately beautiful thing into a desk anyone has ever carved. It belongs in a museum. It's that fucking good.
Oh,
and
well done.
you see, Catler, you look over and just a tear comes down your face. This is beautiful.
Oh my god. I blow all the dust out where I finished. I'm like,
And we are done, my lord. What do you think?
it's the nicest bit of friendship I've ever seen.
Oh, I'm quite proud of my work.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you, my lord. This will live forever like our friendship will.
As you continue to ignore the lesson, just talking about your relationship, it's not long before the boy in the seat next to you, Torn, pipes up and he goes, "Hey, Torn, I've got a message for Catler." It's Prince Cam, Catler's brother, wearing the same cocky expression he always does, his shirt unbuttoned, he smokes a cigarette in blatant disregard for the don't smoke in lessons rule.
Cam, if it's just a penis again.
Tell him he's a knob jockey.
No, I won't. That's rude and uncalled for.
Well, Torn, there's a rumour going around that you're a fucking cunt. And then he laughs to himself. It's not an intelligent insult, but he laughs and takes another drag of his cigarette.
Good one, Cam.
So you sit through the rest of the lesson and make it to the final 5 minutes. It's dragging so hard, and the next period is lunch. The thought of a can of Fantasy Coke and an owl panini dances in your brains and makes the time move slower than an OAP in a lake of peanut butter. But then something happens. In front of you, Catler, sits Jean Hussman, a fine young lady you've had your eyes on for a while. She's never paid attention to you before, but she turns to face you, passing you a note. Her perfect hair swishing around like a golden wave of sunlight. She smiles as she places the missive on your desk, then turns back to the front of the class.
I pick up the note, and then because I'm transfixed, I go, "You're beautiful."
And you hear a slight giggle come from her. So you open up the note, and it says the following.
"I want to kiss you on the mouth. Meet me in the assembly hall at lunch, behind the curtain on the stage. No one will see us there. Tom!
Yes, my lord?
Fucking come here, quick.
Yes, what?
Read this.
I want to meet... What? Oh. I mean, oh, good, my lord. That's... I've heard that many diseases are transmitted through the mouth.
Oh, yes, but I'd like to transmit her diseases.
But can I... yes, you should, my lord. What a good idea.
Yes. So make sure I get there safely.
Okay, well, can I just ask you to look at this one more time?
This friendship token.
Aye, yes, my lord.
Fucking
Look at
awesome.
the finery.
Suddenly the bell rings and calls for lunchtime, and the teacher at the front of the class is like, "That bell is for me, not for you." But everyone just ignores her and pours out of the fucking lesson, stumbling over desks, knocking shit over, putting out their fags.
Let's get out of here, my lord. Lunchtime.
Yes.
You come to the assembly hall, which is each day converted into the lunchroom. The tables and chairs have been put out, and huge swathes of students filter into the open doors of the cafeteria. The stench of Al Panini is well tempting. But on the opposite side of the wall, you see the stage, whose curtains are closed outside of assembly times. Catler, you think of Gene Hussman waiting behind there for you.
So what I'll do is I'll go grab an Al Panini and that, but then I'll walk outside the kitchen exit. And then through the side entrance to the backstage door.
Perfect. Torn, do you want to help in any way?
Not really.
Okay. Alright, so...
I'm going to try and just get myself some food, because I guess that I probably don't get it, because I'm not actually a student there.
You guys rock up, and Torn, you see Catler snatch a panini and then just walk away from you, and it hurts you inside a little bit. But yes, you aren't entitled to school lunches because you're not a student. So if you could give me a agility roll to try quietly snatch up some food.
Yeah.
Oh, those panini smell good today.
So that's an 8.
As you go towards it, you feel the familiar slap of the lunch lady's hand. This happens all the time, and she's like, "I was ready for you."
Look, I need food.
And her sort of leathery face looks down upon you, and she's like, "Well, go and get some food then."
I was just...
You don't go to this school, young man.
No, but you see, I have a special dispensation because I am friends with the princess.
Oh, right, I see. Oh, and I'm friends with fucking King Shit of Fuck Mountain, but you don't see me nicking paninis.
But...
Get out!
But Mrs. Mavis, please, look, I'm starving, and we're the generation, and the kids.
Give me a presence roll.
We need to learn. I got 1.
A critical fail.
Yeah.
She sort of, she goes, all right, I got something for you.
Oh,
She reaches her hand into her pocket, and she pulls out a middle finger and just goes, fuck off!
I can't eat that. Oh, I see what you've done.
It's a bad day for you, Torn. It's not going well. Alright, so Catler, give me a presence roll. You're nearing the side door to the stage.
12.
Nice, yeah, you open the door and sneak in. All these students are occupied drinking fantasy cokes and stuff like this, and you sneak into the back, and it's quite dark behind the thick blue curtain. It's hard to make out much of anything, but you do hear, "I'm over here!"
I'm nervously and chomping away at the Al Panini because I've kind of forgotten what I'm there for. I'm really nervous.
You're eating as you feel around in the dark. Give me a presence roll to see if you can...
I got 4.
Feeling around in the dark, you eventually sign up it takes a while, but you find your way over. Jean is warm to the touch as you clasp nervously to her hips. Her breath is exceedingly bad for some reason, but yours isn't much better because considering you're eating an owl. But this is a rare opportunity for you, Catler. You can hear her large lips pursing in the darkness.
Yes. I'm coming in.
Leaning forward, you go in for the kill, your face is smashing together. Her breath is much, much worse than you thought. And then, the curtain opens. Shocked, you turn to see the whole school laughing at you. At the front of them is your brother, Prince Cam. He smiles and lights up another cigarette before flipping you the bird. Off to the side of the stage, you see Jean. She contains her laughter and shrugs at you as if to say, what can you do? But then, Who are you kissing? You turn, and what you see fills you with a sudden sense of dread. You stand on the business end of a large cow. Its tail still points upwards, its anus puckered and dotted with flecks of shit. Catler, you now notice that something warm and thick clings to the lower regions of your face. And then your brother just goes, "Brother! Don't have a cow, man!" And then he puts his arm round Jean and they walk off together as the assembly hall is erupting in laughter. You guys now stand in a secluded area of the playground, and Catler, you're sort of wiping the shit off yourself, and Torn, you stand by.
Allow me, my lord.
Yes, please do.
Torn, give me an agility roll to clean off your lord.
14.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, as far as you can get the stuff out, you have, but his finery is very much stained, and there's those parts you just can't get out, but you're wiping him down. Some of it's getting on you. And all around the playground you hear whispers of shit mouth.
My lord, if I may be so bold as to ask a question, is this cow shit?
Yes.
Right. So quite a lot happened while I was trying to get some lunch.
Yes, indeed. Were you successful in your endeavours?
No, I'm starving.
Right, well, okay. Well, here, I've got half of this left.
Ooh, don't mind if I do.
I gave him half of the alpanini.
He gobbles it up greedily. Torn, you haven't eaten in a while, and yeah, it's real good. It's real good.
I should have cleaned my hands first, perhaps. It's done now.
Yes, it's done.
It's gone.
I've got an idea. Shall we go to the stream and actually wash off properly?
Our favourite place?
Yes.
Oh, what a great idea, my lord.
But
It's such a lovely day.
No merry splashing just yet. We need to actually clean and exact our revenge.
Just a little splashing, perhaps after.
Perhaps.
Good. I mean, I will take my top off.
Well, I have to, yes, me too.
Let's
Scrub my back.
Of course, my lord.
And my front.
Of course, my lord.
And then you guys head towards the stream.
Right, let's get to the secluded spot. I've got to get my delicates out.
That's fine. I will keep an eye out, my lord, so no one sees you and you're all together.
Give me a presence roll, Torn, to have a look out to see if anyone's about before you go to the secluded spot.
Oh, bollocks. Well, that's a 3 total.
But a crit fail. Yeah, you see some movement in the nearby bushes. Somebody might be watching you. You feel this unwieldy presence looming over your usually secluded spot where you wash each other's bits.
My lord, I do not believe we're alone.
Yes, well, we can't really avoid the situation, can we?
No? So shall we?
Covered in shit, come on.
Yes. Needs
Splishly
mask.
splashy.
Okay, in we go.
Yeah, you take off your clothes and get into the water and begin washing each other, and that will just leave it at that, alright?
Dawn,
Yes, my lord.
I've got somewhat of an idea.
For what?
Well, to get our revenge.
Oh, right, of
On
course.
Twatface.
Oh, feckin' cam.
Yes. So, you know his his absolute most beloved piece of food?
Oh, what is it he always goes on about?
Crumpets.
That's the one, crumpet.
Hot ones too. He loves them hot.
I heard he takes them all in the breakfast morning,
Yes,
dinner
he does.
time,
He eats
and
them all. He
doesn't
eats
let
them.
anybody have them. I mean, I've never
Exactly.
even seen one.
You know, for a little while now, he's had it from breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
What
And even
an
snacks.
Absolute
He just
fun.
eats crumpets. And I think I've destroyed his love for crumpets.
I mean, I know they are only supposed to be the food of royalty.
Yes, but...
You could share once in a while.
No, but wait, listen. Destroy his love for crumpets, and I'll destroy the man that he is.
It's perfect, my lord.
That's all he ever wants. He's always, ever since he was tiny, even younger than the twat he is now, he was always like, "Oh, Daddy, can I have a crumpet, please?" And then he always got a crumpet.
So if he does not have a love for crumpets anymore, he has no reason to live.
Well, that's what I hope.
it's
So
genius.
somehow we'll put him off crumpets.
Well, we could always, shove one down his butt.
Down or up?
Or, well, whatever way. Put them in.
How do you think we should do it?
Make it shitty like he made you shitty today.
I've got an idea. Get him in a headlock and shove on up there. Humiliate him in front of everyone.
Okay, well, if you do the locking, I am happy to do the shoving.
Yes, shove it up there and then put it in his mouth.
It's getting better and better. We'll make him eat his own poo grumpet.
Yes. Oh. We'll do it in a week.
Revenge is, after all, a dish best served cold. So, good idea. So, in a week's time, you guys are going to ambush him. What? Outside of school? At lunch?
We're going to do it in the cafeteria, right in the smack bang middle of the hustle bustle period, to properly embarrass him, exactly like he did me. But I want to do it so that the heat of the cow incident is slightly died off. So there's still murmurs, it's still fresh in everyone's head, but then hopefully this will overtake it.
Nice.
I like it. Alright, the stream scene then fades away and we cut to a week later. You're in another boring fucking science lesson, you're in another walking towards the assembly hall situation, and then you're there. It's lunchtime. You've got a bag full of hot crumpets ready for the fisting, and you can see that your brother is sitting on one of the tables in the centre of the room, surrounded by guffawing idiots and yes men that laugh at his terrible jokes. And you see him at one point sort of point over to you two and say something, and then the table erupts in laughter.
So I'm going to go up to Cam and try and distract him by we're going over and going,
Yo, Cam, any chance I can join the gang? I've just fallen out with Catler, you know. He's right silly.
Give me a presence roll and let's see if he even listens to you as you talk to the back of his head currently.
ooh, 21.
He turns around and he's like, I'm listening.
Yeah, so, you know, had a bit of a row, and I've got some hot secrets that you might want to know about.
Oh, do I ever? And you see him produce a notebook. Catler, you can now see that his back is to you and all of his goons are looking at Torn as well.
As this is going on, what I'm going to do is leap and run on the table, and then I'm going to dive and get him in a headlock, and if I can also then putting him up onto the table so he's on display for everyone.
Perfect. Give me a strength roll. You begin running up and you dive at him. Let's see if you can grapple the fucker.
18.
Nice. You slam into him, gripping his neck and pulling him right up, and he's like, oh, you brother. Roll initiative. You guys are going to go first. So, we'll start with Torn. You see Cam get wrung by the neck and pulled up onto the table. The goons don't know what to do and they're looking around like headless chicken.
I'd like to run over, try and slide under the goons, and then get right up close and obviously produce my bag of crumpets.
Give me an agility roll to slide under their legs.
18 total.
Thick dirt and grease on the floor is a perfect sliding agent as you go underneath the goons, and you've now got an upwards view of Prince Cam's bottom. It's currently betrousered.
I'd like to pull his cax down, if that's all right.
All right, give me an agility roll to undo his belt and pull his trousers down.
Brother.
11 total.
Not good enough, unfortunately. As you grip onto the trousers, he's got a very complicated belt that has its own weird sort of locking system.
Oh, opening.
I'm just trying to nearly, my lord.
Get off me!
Shut up.
Just hold him still, my lord. He's wiggling quite some.
It's happening now, Crumpet Boy.
Catler, what are you going to do?
Firstly, I'm going to apply more pressure on my chokehold so that he kind of loosens his own grip.
Give me a strength roll.
Yeah. 7.
Cam is an expert wriggler, and he's writhing around, and you don't manage to actually tighten the grip, although he hasn't escaped yet. Next up is going to be their turn. Prince Cam is going to try and struggle free. James, give me a defense roll, agility, to see if you can hold on to him.
Fucking 19, mate.
So while he's kicking his legs around, he's accidentally hitting his goons in the head, who then go towards you, Torn. As you're on the floor, they're trying to stamp on you. Give me a defense roll.
Okay. That's 9.
So you take 4 damage as they start stepping in your diseased face.
Get off me.
Next round, roll initiative.
1.
So, they're going to continue stomping, and at this point, some of them are sort of punching as well and trying to mount you, Torn, trying to stop you from pulling down these trousers. Give me another defense roll.
Oh,
20!
fucking crit, mate.
You bend your body into a weird shape and sort of writhe around on the floor, dodging all of these blows as they come in. Boss, we can't hit him! What do we do?
I've done this dance before.
And it's going to be Cam's turn. He's going to try and wriggle free by elbowing you backwards in the face. Give me a
14.
You just duck your head to the side as his elbow comes up and your grip is still around him. Torn, what are you going to do?
I'm going to go back in for the buckle again.
Give me an agility roll.
21.
Nice. His trousers come expertly down. You've figured out, you've got the measure of this belt, and then they just flump down to the floor, revealing his shriveled penis, and you are now face to face with his anus.
Jackpot!
As you look up, you remember the bag of crumpets on your back, still warm.
Well, as his anus is now exposed and ready for the taking, then I'm going to shove some crumpets up there.
No, give me a strength roll.
Like crumpets, do you? Have all you want? 14 I got.
Amazing. You lean down, put your fist into Torn's bag, and bring out a huge load, about 8 crumpets, and you just bash them up there. And at this point, the goons back off. They're like horribly embarrassed by this, as is he. His face is going red, and he starts screaming, "Get off me! Get off me!"
I think you want some more, my lord?
He's crying. Do you want to deliver some more?
I'll kick him in the dick so his mouth opens and then deliver some of the butt crumpets to his mouth.
Pull out a big fucking fistful of shitty crumpets and jam them into his mouth, punching them into his throat.
I think he likes it, my lord. He said yum.
And then the memory fades, and you guys are back on that island. As the story that you're telling comes to a close, you turn your awareness back to the tiny island you inhabit, the Red Sea washing up over its dying shores. And then you see something. Coming from the direction of the Black Fortress in the distance is a small mouldy rowboat. There is a sole inhabitant who struggles against the current of the timefall, pushing with all his might. You can see that the oars sort of degrade with each push. This guy wears a dank, black-stained doublet and a pair of stuffy pantaloons. His beard is long and unkempt. He heaves to and fro on the paddles, sweat dripping from his brow. And then you hear him say, "Here, lads, you don't have a rope, do you?" You hear the man yell over.
Oh, you did hear me then, boatman. I called for you ages ago.
No, I think that might be a coincidence, mate.
Oh.
Here, chuck me a rope so you can pull me in.
You have a rope?
No, I don't. Do you have a rope? Boatman?
Well, I wouldn't be asking for a rope, but I don't have a fucking rope. So, just pay attention, mate.
No, I do not, my lord.
All right, hang on. I'll give this boat a push. Oh, he gets a 12. It's just about good enough, but he's really struggling against the intense waves, and
Hold on to my warhammer.
And the last point, he grabs the warhammer, and you sort of pull him in closer, and he disembarks the boat, standing on the island. He goes, "All right, Cattler, Torn, I'm your great uncle Steve. We ain't had a chance to meet in real life before, but I've got to say, it's a shame we have to meet under these circumstances."
Well, weren't you a sword?
Wait, what?
I think it's painfully obvious I'm not a fucking... So what are you going on about?
What?
Your brother sent me to fetch the pair of you. He's in that big old fortress up the road.
Wait, no.
Well, if you're Steve, who's that?
And I point at Cattler's sword.
That is a sword, Torn. Have you gone fucking mental?
No, look, it was talk, Steve.
And I get right close up to the hilt of
You're crouched down, yelling at a sword, and you see this man. He looks upon you guys like he's like, "Look, I know some people have gone a bit loopy since the world started ending, but as sure as I stand here in front of you, I ain't a sword. I'm a man."
Wait. But you were in the crypts for 200 years.
No, mate.
What?
No, I've been working for your brother for a good few years now, lads. Just doing odds and ends, assistance type stuff. He took over the rule in a grift when he got it gifted it for his birthday, but none of it really went to plan. He's lost the plot, you see. After the world started fucking up, he hit the drugs pretty hard, started believing none of this actually exists. I guess it was easier than accepting that maybe he could have prevented all this.
Wait. So, I'm so confused. You're my Uncle Steve?
Yes. Surely you must recognise me from the paintings. I know we ain't met in real life before, but they're good paintings.
I'm sorry, I look at you and all I can see is a sword now. I've been talking to him for quite a while.
Can we drop the sword thing? Because I'm telling you, I ain't a fucking sword.
Right.
And if you're going to swing me at someone, I'll just take this boat back.
But why is my shithead of a brother, Crumpet Boy, trying to fetch us? Why?
Well, he knows we're here?
Yes, why?
Yeah, well, I don't know. He knew you were here. He just pointed to the fucking island on the top of his black castle, and he just goes, "Can you fetch him for me?" And I thought, you know, I'll do one last thing. Look, let me explain, right? As the last prophecy was foretold and the final parts of Galgenbeck County started falling into ruin, he and all the people of Grift entered a big suicide pact. People mutually shot each other, hung themselves by the neck, jumped down mountains until nobody was left. Your brother fucked himself into a spike pit, but for some reason he can't bloody die. Since then he tried at least a dozen more times to end it, but for some reason it don't fucking work. And for some reason he believes that in order to be allowed to move on to the next life, he has to do battle with you two. His brain's all fucked from drugs, you see, and he started believing that this reality is a game occurring in a child's sandbox, which is a bit mental. Now, I don't know why he won't die. I don't even know if you two fighting is going to solve his problem, but I promised him I'd come and find you two and bring you over so you can settle your differences. How does that sound, lads?
Well, sounds like I want to fight the cunt. Right, let's go. Good, well done. Uncle Steve, you're great. And I look at the sword.
The sword does not respond, and it appears to have sort of lost its glow a little bit, and it doesn't respond at all.
I look at the real Steve and I was like, yes, I meant you.
Right, just get on the fucking boat.
Something's not right, my lord. I sense it in my loin.
Let's get on the fucking boat, because this thing ain't going to last long in this water, I tell you.
All right, yes. Don't have to tell me twice. They told me 3 times. Let's get on.
Away we go.
Approaching the only other island in this foul sea, you see that Grift, to an extent, still resembles its old appearance. The thatched roofs, the white bricks, the well, the middle of the small town still stands, but the streets are caked thick with dried gore, littered with dozens of suicide victims. They lie stabbed, shot, exploded, hung, quartered. Every grisly death is laid out before you. You see the people's final moments preserved in blood-red detail. You see couples who lay together, their throats torn apart by deadly poison. You see the bodies of parents surrounded by their dead children, holes in their heads. You see the charred remains of a group of people jutting from a huge pouring of once molten steel that washes out from the smithy. Packs of roving wolves, fat and satisfied, pick lazily over the corpses, chewing up the dead flesh. And towering above all of this is a fort, Vanta Black. This huge castle resembles a jagged mace that eats all light, its blackness darker than any night. Standing as high as a cathedral's spire, the dark monolith's huge steel doors are closed, and painted across them in bright yellow dripping paint are the words Mork Borg. Alright lads, this is the place. I know it ain't no holiday destination. I mean, it's no... it's fucking horrible.
Well, yes, but also somewhat weirdly pretty.
And you see him sort of get off the boat and hold out a hand to help you guys off.
Well, thank you, real Uncle Steve.
Yes. Thank you, Steve. Much obliged.
And as you land on the soil of Grift and see this huge castle in front of you, goes, well, lads... It's been a pleasure. And you see him produce a gun from his pocket and immediately shoot himself in the head.
What? Oh, for fuck's sake.
His state of this.
His head is sort of glugging blood out of it, and he just lies motionless on the floor.
Steve!
Last air escapes his lungs.
I look at the sword and go, Steve?
Steve? Is it? Fucking talk to me, damn it.
Tell you this, the sword starts to speak. And it's really weird because the voice doesn't resemble what it used to sound like, and it just goes,
Adrian Madden, Johan Noor, Pelle Nielsen, Dan Alstrand, Nick Lambert, James Clark.
What is going on, my lord? I'm starting to not understand much.
I don't really know I don't know what the sword said and why it's saying it. For fuck's sake. I'm going to pat down real Uncle Steve's body.
Of course. Give me a D6 roll.
6-2.
That's more like it. You find 62 silver in his pocket.
Ah, look, I've replenished some of my wealth.
Money has returned. That's good.
Looking around, there's not really anywhere to actually spend it, but, you've got it.
It feels good to have something weighing me down again.
Perhaps we can shove that up our canned butt too.
No. This is, maybe.
Good. I mean, I can't believe all the subjects hated him that much. They've all killed themselves, my lord. I mean, talk about how to ruin a party. I mean, his jokes were so bad, I'd probably want to put a gun to my head, too.
Yes, I'm still a bit confused about many things, but, I suppose we best make haste.
What is this Mork Borg inscription?
Not entirely sure.
And why did the sword make strange names? I mean, they were disgusting.
I know.
James Clark, Nick Lamley, what sort of stupid words are these?
Yeah, what a lamb, what?
Ridiculous.
As you tumble these names over your tongues, they do have an odd sense of familiarity, but walking up to the Borg and coming closer to its huge doors, the Morkness of the Borg becomes even more oppressive. It seems to sap the light right out of the air, and the colours around you sort of desaturate. The bright yellow of the words on the doors reducing to a crusty brown colour. The green tint of your rotting flesh melts away to a depressing mouldy colour. And then, with a short gust of wind, the doors turn into a thick mist and gust away, leaving a huge opening for you. The inside is deeply dark and very Mork.
Well, I think we must go on. It seems that this is our destiny.
Yes, it does, but thank you for getting the door. Very much obliged.
Oh, yes, that was my, magic powers?
No, was it?
I believe so, my lord.
You've come a long way.
Thank you, my lord.
Let's go even further.
Okay.
You guys enter into this thick darkness.
Tasty.
Smells a bit musky.
Yeah, it's a bit busky.
Get behind me, my lord. Allow me to go in front.
Yes, of course, always.
And I will, I will use my warhammer.
So I'm going to have my warhammer ready and just walk forward with me in front.
You pull out your warhammer and advance forward, and you find that the inside of the Morgborg is a senseless geometric nightmare as you lunge out of the darkness and into this faint light. Stairs that lead to nowhere, doors floating in the sky. A checkered floor spirals forward at impossible angles and then curls off into floating box rooms that are much larger on the inside than should be possible. The walls adorned with giant mushrooms who stare down at you with their many eyes. Everything drips with an unmissable yellow and black sludge as it pours into infinite nothingness below the checkered walkway. As you stare up at this bizarre scene, your sword speaks again.
Torn, tear up your sheet right now. The quest is a failure. Destroy the character sheet.
What is this? What do you mean, sword? What is a character sheet?
The sword doesn't respond, but the twisting checkered walkway glimps off in 4 different directions. Among them is a huge floating door. A staircase leading up is lacquered in some kind of crimson rosin. The huge yellow glowing door has 2 mouths on the front. Open, the awaiting Moors lick their lips hungrily.
My lord, I feel like we've taken potions, but I don't believe we have.
Now, could you do me a favour? Give me the one you put in the eyes.
Ah, yes, here it is. Fernord's filter.
Yes, put that in my face.
Little drop here and a little drop for me, and that should help us right out.
It feels like it's doing some good. I mean, not in terms of healing HP, oh god no, but you're going to get +2 presents for 4 hours.
That's more like it.
Yes.
Like I can see this madness better.
Yes. It's kind of taken a bit of the mist away.
Yes, well, look, we've got floating floors, my lord, and we've got nonsensical dimensions.
Yeah, definitely feels like a trip, that's for sure. Do you want to try and jump onto one?
Allow me.
You know there are walkways between these rooms and you.
Oh.
They're twisting possibly, but you don't need to jump over.
Let's forget that.
Forward, I would say, my lord.
Is it forward? It looks a bit up.
I think this is forward up.
Up forward?
Yes.
Yes, I think we'll take the up forward route.
Understood?
You guys walk along on this spiraling walkway, and the gravity adheres you to it even when you're walking on it upside down, and eventually come to one of these floating rooms, roughly the size of a box of bananas, but inside is a huge church-like looking room. At the far end is a cracked sacrificial altar, and there's troughs in front of it of mould and mushrooms.
Oh, mushrooms!
But otherwise it's quite quiet, but suddenly you hear like a rumbling, and a bunch of dust falls from the ceiling, huge chunks of the ceiling also falling into this church-like area.
What's your step, my lord? The ceiling looks compromised.
Yes, it does, but those mushrooms look tasty.
I have spied the mushrooms too. Perhaps we should not speak. Perhaps we should speak in hushed tones.
What?
No, whoa! As not to vibrate the room even more so.
Sorry.
Your voice echoes out in this chamber. You don't really notice anyone kind of around, or that you've alerted anyone. The only thing staring back at you is the gargoyles on the walls and things like this, but they're not moving ones, they're just made of stone. And yeah, you see these troughs with the mould and fungi inside.
Well, yes. Shall we go to the troughs?
Let's inspect the troughs and altar.
Yes. You walk up the long passage between the pews up to the altar, and you see that these mushrooms are varied in size, colour, shape. There's chunks of like what looks just to be mouldy matter inside, and it's filled with some sort of feculent water, making it into a sort of disgusting cereal of mould.
Can I examine the mushrooms, see if I recognise them?
Give me a presence roll.
18, 19, 20. It's 22 total.
You've seen and eaten a lot of mushrooms in your time, but you remember very few that have as many eyes as these ones do. But you do notice something shiny and hard, about the size of a fist. It glints at the bottom of the trough.
I think I found something, my lord.
Yes.
I'm going to delve into the bucket.
Okay.
Wish me luck.
Yes.
Thank you.
Torn, you plunge your hand in. Give me a toughness roll, please.
12.
Yeah, you resist its effects as it climbs up your arm. You feel like you're going to be sick, but you're sort of alright. You pull out this hard object, and you see that, for some reason, you've got a jar of scrungenberry jam in your hand.
Scrungenberry jam?
What is that?
I know not.
I mean, why is that?
Why is more the point? Why is this?
Well, come on, open it up.
Okay, let me try.
Should give me a strength roll. Jars are hard to open.
18, 19 total.
You give it a good twist and open the lid up, and you've seen a lot of jams in your time, but very few of them vibrate as much as this one does.
Can I give it a whiff?
It smells like musty, dusty, old, and with a little hint of rotting and a sort of after waft of bin juice.
Ooh, okay.
My lord, it doesn't smell very appetizing. I don't know whether we should eat it, but it could help us.
Well,
Shall I try?
I thought it might. Well, let's put the lid back on. Maybe we can keep it and put it in my sack.
Okay.
Or your sack.
Yep, let me pop it in there. And perhaps we can eat it later.
Well, thank you, Dusty Room. Nice church you got here, and we're leaving now.
You yell that at the room and turn around, and it's at this point that you see at the door a woman. Long, dirty, wet hair. She drips with this black ooze, and she stands there, her back hunched over, a knife, jagged knife in her hand, raised up as if to stab downwards. Roll initiative.
Wench!
1.
Okay, they're going to go first. This weird-looking ring-type woman walks towards you, just taking a single step, coming closer with the dagger.
Do not like the look of her.
No. Stop the welcome wagon, my lord.
Not at all. I'm going to fling a bag of broken glass at her.
Alright, give me an agility roll.
8.
Okay, that's not going to hit. You fling the glass in front of you, and you just see it sort of float upwards. And it eventually adheres to the ceiling.
Not quite what I was after.
Curious.
But,
This woman we're going for, my lord.
This woman is advancing slowly. Torn, what are you going to do?
Get away from my king, you wench!
And then I'm going to try and basically bash her back with the warhammer.
Give me a strength roll.
Ooh, 19 again!
Nice! Roll damage.
Oh, 6 damage.
dustified.
You bring it down, and with one fell swoop, this woman is turned into dust. She lets out a screech as you smash her into the ground.
There we go. Then. Come up on my lord with a knife, will you?
That's exactly. What a bitch.
Not anymore, what a dusty bitch.
Do you reckon I could get that glass? No, maybe not.
It's very high up.
It's a little... My lord, if you just squint, I think you can just see it.
Ah, yes. No.
Floating away.
Right, I'll leave it there for the room. You're welcome, room.
There you go. Took one thing and replaced it with another, so
yes,
balance is resumed.
As you exit the room, you see the box that contained the room sort of fade away behind you. The walkway remains, and you can get back to the central plateau if you need to. But you see that big door, the big red one with the mouths on it, is like licking its lips.
That door seems a bit, I don't know, ready. A bit too ready.
A bit toothy.
You want to check out another... What?
What was that door?
Did you say something? Should we check out a different room first?
Yes, my lord, perhaps.
Just because I'm not scared.
No, of course not.
I just thought, maybe take a look at another one.
But it could be more silver or jam.
Well, hopefully a potion.
Yes, that's right. Okay, we'll look at that mouthy door. At the end, perhaps.
You go around another walkway, spiralling impossibly, and come to another floating pink box. But inside the room, again, is much bigger than it should be. And as you get up to the doorway, you can hear whispering coming from the room. It is basically just a boxed stone room with almost nothing in it except lanterns above the ceiling. And on the far side, you see another one of these women. She lifts her dagger up to her head. She's quite far away at this point.
You go, no, not today.
Number one, my lord.
Just squeeze back out. So, no.
Nope.
Yeah, you nope right the fuck out of there, and come back to the central plateau. You see two other rooms are floating off.
Fancy another?
Yes, before it gets away, let's go to that room.
Yes, before we see another one of these stupid women.
You head up to another room, and you see that the inside of this particular floating box is made entirely of bones and skulls. All the walls are skulls, bones, teeth, all these types of things, and they jut out at weird angles.
This is my kind of room. Yes.
On the far side, you see a throne made of bone in this zone. Are you going in alone?
Time for the Bone Lord. I'm just going to strut as if I own the room.
Okay.
Like it's my room.
You strut in.
I'll protect your back, my lord.
Catler, give me a presence roll. Let's see if you notice something.
That'll be an 8 overall.
You enter the room and you don't notice anything different about it. It's quite basic, but it's just, it looks to be some sort of bone throne room.
Yeah.
That's a nice bone throne.
I know, I'm sitting on it. I'm doing it.
King has returned.
You go up to sit on this thing and, you feel something whistling towards your neck. Give me a defense roll, Catler.
16.
One of these dank women is behind the throne and she pops out, plunging a knife at you, but you dodge out the way and it sticks into the throne and she's like...
Oh, for fuck's sake, right, I'll just get out of this room too and I'll start running towards the exit.
Roll initiative.
4.
Alright, you guys are going to go first. Catler, you're running towards the exit. Give me an agility roll.
9.
Well, as you try to get off the bone throne, the jagged ground is really annoying to traverse, and you sort of trip. And Torn, you can see this from your position at the entrance.
Come to my voice, my lord.
I'm doing that.
Get off the throne so we can exit this zone.
I'm off the throne, I'm just running and I'm tripping on the bone.
Come to my voice.
Yes, doing.
Torn, what are you going to do?
I'm going to go towards Catler to try and grab him and help him out. That's an 8.
You both, it's a comedic nightmare of tripping over bones as this woman advances slowly towards you. And because you didn't get very far, she is going to go in for the stab. And you hear her let out a screech as she brings this dagger up and plunges it towards you, Catler. Give me a defense roll.
No! 16.
You guys are so lucky, man.
I know.
You're on 1 hit point.
Oh my god, how is this happening?
You dive to one side, and again the dagger hits the bone. And this woman, she doesn't look annoyed because you can't see her face because of all the dank hair in front of it. But you get the sense that she probably would be annoyed.
I'm going to try and return the favour with the Warhammer. That's 18 total.
2 damage.
You smash this woman in the chest, and there's a hideous crunch as you drive the warhammer into her. She doesn't die, but she lets out this sort of...
Nice to meet you too.
Next up is going to be Catler.
Alright, I'm going to grab her hair and then run her towards the exit and just fling her out.
Give me a strength roll then.
I've got 5.
You try to grab her hair, but this oily mess is very difficult to grab onto, and your hands just slip off, and you slap yourself in the face as your hand slips.
For fuck's sake, God, see.
Leave her, my lord. I've got her back. Let's just get you out.
Go to the hairdressers or something, jeez.
Alright, give me an initiative roll for round 3.
1.
Alright, at this point, she is fucking pissed off, and she just launches the dagger at you, Torn. Give me a defense roll.
Oh! I kissed it. 18, 19 total.
Yeah, you dodge out of the way, and because this fight has really not gone her way, I am actually going to do a morale check for her. Okay, she gets a 3. You see that she suddenly gives up on the fight, leaves the room, and jumps down into the infinite blackness.
Was it something I said?
Oh, don't worry. Don't worry, my lord. She obviously just realised who she was up against.
Yes.
You know, we're pretty wiggly.
Yes, I'm great.
Mm-hmm. You are?
Yes.
You are.
Thank you.
No denying it. Now fuck you, room.
Well, there's nothing in this, is there? Fuck's sake.
Another room checked off. You head back to the central plateau. There is one last one that remains, and it's floating up higher than any of the others.
Should we swim to it, my lord?
Well, let's just use one of the windy paths and maybe perhaps get there in a day.
Mm-hmm.
You guys once again wind through an impossible path and up to this room. And you're there, and in front of you, what you can see is that this room is basically a disc floating in a sort of big white space. A single platform heads forward, ending at a game board, which is mostly smashed to pieces, but some of it is still intact. And it appears that one of the pieces has been was probably missing when they got it, and has been replaced with a jar of red liquid.
My lord, that jar looks a lot like the jar we just put in our sack.
Yes, well, do we open both up or?
I think we should take it.
Well, that jar? Okay, I'll.
If it's true.
Yes, I'll grab it.
Catler, give me a presence roll.
12.
Okay, good enough. As you walk forward, you notice that there's sort of a very, very thin wire of filament attached to the jar, and just before you grab it, you notice this is probably booby-trapped.
Oh, Torn.
What's my lord?
This one's titty trapped.
Oh,
That.
I see. A titty trap, eh?
Yes, nipple tasseled up. Right, but best.
Maybe not. Best not to touch it, my
Move
lord.
away.
Mm-hmm.
Slowly. You see here the wire?
Ah, now I do.
Yes, it glistens.
So someone has tried to sabotage us.
Yes. Well, I will know to leave that square alone.
We could snip it off.
But fucking no. That's how we set it off, you twat.
Oh, that's how it works, of course.
You fucking idiot, man.
Right, sorry. This place makes me feel funny.
Suddenly your sword starts to speak again. It goes, Catler, something odd happened to me the other day while I was out having a cigarette. I saw a car teleporting to my garden at a high speed and no one was in the driving seat. What do you think it means?
Steve?
The sword goes quiet.
What is car? What is car?
What the fuck?
What?
Why?
When?
Did you hear that?
Answer, room.
Nah. I'm going to go to one of the broken board pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And just sort of inspect it.
Yeah, you inspect the broken board pieces. Give me a presence roll. Let's see if you notice anything.
I got 6.
Yeah, I mean, it looks fine.
Good.
It just looks like a game board, It's just been smashed up. Obviously, somebody had a tantrum.
Nice, broken. Good. Right. Right, well, hello?
Your voice echoes in the infinite white space.
Come over here.
Okay, my lord.
I'm going to throw something at the boobs.
Okay.
At the jar.
Right.
The jar that's boobed up.
Right. Oh, I see. Okay, so we'll stand back at a safe distance.
Yes.
You guys back off, and just as you do so, another annoying interruption comes in from your sword, and it says, Greetings, I am Ambassador Crump from the planet Wembembo. Glemp, the Chongo shall rise.
What is this language?
It goes quiet again.
This fucking sword is becoming more of a nuisance than I would like.
That's not Steve anymore.
Well, it's no longer ancestral, I think.
Okay, well, here we go. We can throw this at it, my lord.
And I pick up one of the busted game pieces.
Nice. Who's going to hurl it?
I would throw... May I, my lord? I'm pretty good at throwing stuff.
Yes, I know. You've thrown a lot of dung in your time.
That's right. Here we go, then.
You pick up the game piece. You're going to need a 12 to knock it off.
Okay.
But if you get a crit, you're going to destroy the jar.
Shut up! Shut up!
Oh, that's unlucky. So, unfortunately, with great strength, you hurl this thing forward like a cricket ball and send it smashing. The table explodes, jam flying into the air.
Is there a chance that I'll be able to grab some of the jam in my water skin?
Gonna be hard, but yeah, you're gonna try and dive underneath and quickly scoop some of this jam up.
Yeah.
Go for it. Give me an agility roll, and you're gonna need to get pretty fucking high for this.
You watch it be completely the opposite now. 11, 12, 13.
Do you want to spend an omen?
Yes, I do. Oh, there we go. 18, 19, that's 20.
Okay, very good. Nice. With the reflexes of a royal assistant, you leap under the jam, catching much of it as the explosion sends it rocketing into the air. Then the sort of crumbled stone of the game pieces fall onto your face like an annoying rain.
Well, I got it, though, my lord. It's all... I think I've got a good amount.
You know, you've got some pretty good acrobatics.
I do. Yes, I practice quite a lot.
Yes, I see you flipping around.
Yes.
Flamboyant flipping.
My favourite.
Flailing arms.
Yep.
Brilliant.
Yes, that's not... Hopefully they don't come off.
No.
They're not too tight anymore. Right, well... I've got it. I've got the jam, my lord. Perhaps we should leave.
As you exit the room, you see that now, that big red door with the two mouths on it. The lacquered stairs that lead up to it are glowing now at this point, and the mouths are licking hungrily.
Yeah, I think we should probably
Slightly off-putting, my lord. That door.
Yes, but look, it's hungry. Let's give it the jams.
Okay. Oh, all right. Okay, so let's just walk up to it then.
Give the jams.
I will give it the jams.
I'll open this one, and then you can.
I'll squirt this water-skinned jam into the other one's mouth.
Hello, friendly door. Hungry, are you? You want some jam?
Right. Well, I think that answers that question then.
Well, then here you go. Do you want the whole jar or just the jam?
Whole jar.
No, right, cool. Open wide.
Open wide. And you door, other mouth, open wide.
The mouths open. You pour the liquid in, squeezing it out of your water skin and tipping it out of the jar, respectively. Yeah, and now you see that the door is open and fog conceals what is in the next room beyond the door.
I'm not sure that's going to work.
Give me a strength roll, both of you, for blowing on this.
14.
And I got 6.
Okay, Catler, for a second you blow a hole in it and see what looks to be automatic stairs, which are winding up and up and up.
What the fuck?
What's that, my lord?
Did you see that? I saw some stairs that were moving on their own.
Magical, perhaps.
Right, well, I suppose let's take a step.
Well, let me go first, my lord, just in case.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to go first for once.
Are you sure, my lord?
No, I'm not, but I'm doing it anyway.
Okay.
And I'll step forwards, but then also yank Torn with me.
You step forwards and are being carried up by this escalator. It seems to go up and up and up through some clouds into a night sky, and then eventually it sort of drops you off in a room which is both the right way up and upside down at the same time. Made partially out of its own blueprints, this room is a conical shape ending in a point the size of a single atom. It twists